That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, West, though. I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about eating. Next year, I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
On the things that Gervonta Tank Davis is saying right now. He wants to fight this fight and then he wants to disappear from boxing, from fame. He wants to do therapy and never have to think about fighting again.
When you're sitting there and every single day someone new is calling you out or they want you to fight this guy, it's probably tough. Like I said earlier, once you've made your money, it must be very hard to want to keep going. Once you're set for life, it's like you've put all this effort in your whole life of waking up.
That's why I don't want boxing more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy it would lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, West, though I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even get Gervonta Davis has recently shown a side of himself that has fans and insiders worried behind his success in the ring. It seems like Davis might be struggling with some personal issues. Even Leonard Ellerbe, one of his closest allies and a key figure in his career, has spoken about these concerns. At the next year I'm out of it. After our second fight you're out of it. Yeah, care to elaborate on that? Out of the sport. After in the past few months Davis has been open about things that go far beyond boxing. He first shocked the sports world when he announced his plans to retire by the end of 2025. This wasn't just another athlete saying they're ready to step away from the game. Davis's words hinted at a deeper struggle. He said, "I've been through a lot, been betrayed and stuff like that. It really made me want to give up on the limelight." Davis has made it clear that he's not just looking to retire, he's looking to disappear completely, like literally at the end of 2025. "I'm done," he said, "and I should be off probation by then. Once I can travel the whole world, I don't even want to be in America anymore. I just want to be gone." These are not words you hear from someone who's at peace with their life. They sound more like someone searching for escape. What are your thoughts on the things that Gervonta Tank Davis is saying right now? He wants to fight this fight and then he wants to disappear from boxing, from fame. He wants to do therapy and never have to think about fighting again. When you're sitting there every single day, new is calling you out or they want you to fight this guy, it's probably tough. Like I said earlier, once you've made your money it must be very hard to want to keep going. Once you're set for life, it's like you've put all this effort in your whole life of waking up every day and running. Adding to this, Davis has been talking about therapy and how everyone needs it. He said people don't talk about how much they need therapy. "I think we all need to be a little softer with ourselves. For someone like Tank, whose scene is tough and unbreakable, this is a surprising and vulnerable thing to say." It shows that he's thinking about his mental health, but it also shows that he's dealing with something heavy. This is not the first time Davis's actions have raised eyebrows. A video surfaced just 2 days ago showing him smoking what looked like marijuana in an elevator. The clip went viral with fans and critics sharing their thoughts. Some people saw it as just a young man having a moment to relax, but others saw it as a red flag, especially when you look at everything else he's been saying and doing. Music. Leonard Ellerbe, who has worked with Davis for years, has spoken about these recent developments. Ellerbe didn't give a lot of details, but his tone was serious. He said, "Tank's been through a lot. This sport is tough and the spotlight is even tougher. Sometimes you need to step back and take care of yourself." LB's comments suggests that he's worried about Davis just like many of his fans are. To understand why all of this is happening, you have to think about what Davis has been through. Boxing is a brutal sport, not just physically but mentally. Fighters like Davis are expected to be strong all the time. They're not just athletes, they're public figures under constant pressure. Davis has been compared to Floyd Mayweather Jr. for most of his career, and living up to those expectations can't be easy. On top of that, Davis has had his fair share of legal trouble. He's been arrested more than once, and those situations have added stress to his life. In 2020 he faced charges for an incident at a basketball game. In 2022 he was involved in a hit-and-run case. While these incidents are behind him now, they've left a mark on his reputation and mental well-being. Davis has also faced criticism throughout his career. Despite his undefeated record and world title, some boxing fans and analysts have accused him of not taking on the toughest fights. People have said he's been protected and hasn't fought the best in his division. That kind of talk can get to anyone, even someone as confident as Davis. And you know Han is afraid of Shakur, afraid of what US fighters, if we're afraid of some it got to be somebody hitting us and hurt. When you put all of this together, his comments about retiring and leaving America, his talk about therapy, the video of him smoking and his legal troubles, it's clear that Davis might be dealing with more than he's letting on. Herb's comments add to the picture. He's someone who knows Davis well, and his concern says a lot. The video of Davis smoking is particularly interesting because it could mean different things. Maybe it was just a moment of relaxation, but when you consider everything else, it could also be a sign that he's looking for a way to cope. Smoking might not seem like a big deal to some people, but for a professional athlete it raises questions about focus and discipline. Why you ready? Trash. What Chong? What made you? This is trash garage. I don't care about belts and I don't care about this. Davis's comments about being soft and needing therapy are some of the most revealing things he said. For a boxer to admit they need to be softer is almost unheard of. The last time we heard of something like that from a top boxer is from Mike Tyson, who expressed that his life in the ring was scary even to him, and perhaps this is what Tank is trying to escape from. It's a powerful statement, but it's also a sign that he's struggling in a sport where toughness is everything. Showing vulnerability can be risky. Be with you on this fight. Be with you on this fight. I don't know. We got but Davis seems to be at a point where he doesn't care about keeping up appearances anymore. LB's concerns high. How serious this situation might be. Boxing is a sport that often ignores mental health. Fighters are praised for being tough, but that toughness can come at a cost. And how can we forget Tank's recent turmoil surrounding his fight with Lamont Roach, with the fight status in question and conflicting statements between Davis and Roach? It's becoming clearer that something deeper might be at play in the middle of all this chaos. Calvin Ford, Davis's longtime trainer and mentor, dropped yet another cryptic message on social media that has left fans speculating about its meaning. It is what it is, and again the media like to hate him too, so you know I am going to catch a lot of that backlash too, but I mean it is what it is. I ain't really stunning that too much. I'm not worried about narrative. I'm worried about what I can do in all right. Brother, all right. Ford wrote, people often fail to comprehend my suffering, my convictions and my emotions regarding various matters. However, I possess that understanding. It is in fact a profound gift from my Lord, motivating me to persist and to strive toward becoming the best version of myself within my circle. While on the surface this could seem like a generic reflection, the timing of the post hints that it might hold more weight than it initially appears. This message arrives in the midst of Davis's increasingly public struggles with his mental state, controversial behavior and his musings about retirement. Could Ford's post be a veiled acknowledgement of his fighter struggles, or perhaps it's an expression of Ford's own challenges in guiding a young man through the pressures of fame, scrutiny and personal turmoil? The postponements of the Davis vs. Roach fight only added fuel to the fire. Originally scheduled for December 14th in Houston, the fight was pushed back to March 1st in Brooklyn due to scheduling conflicts. Fan backlash against the matchup was immediate, with many criticizing Tank for choosing an opponent perceived to be less challenging. This criticism is a recurring theme in Davis's career, where fans have often dismissed his opponents as subpar despite his undeniable talent and impressive record. We even saw Tank crash out on fans trying to bring this up with Lamont Roach. Music 2. Ford's role in Davis's life extends far beyond the ring. As a mentor, he's often been credited with keeping Davis focused during tough times, but even Ford must feel the strain of guiding a fighter who has faced mounting controversies, from Davis's recent video to his public statements about wanting to leave America and disappear entirely. It's clear that Tank is struggling with more than just his career decisions. I'm trying to get so much out of this and get away from him, like I have a house on island, y'all won't see me again type. Like that's how I'm trying to beat you, I'm trying to beat all this type. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be around this too much long. I don't even want the spotlight. Y'all can have it, this can have it once I be. Go ahead. Ford's statement might also be a reflection of his own internal battles. Training and managing a high-profile boxer like Davis comes with immense pressure. Ford's words about his suffering and convictions could be his way of expressing the emotional toll it takes to see someone he cares for navigating such a turbulent path. It's no secret that Ford and Davis share a deep bond, one built over years of training and trust. If Davis is struggling, it's likely that Ford feels that struggle too. Davis's own cryptic social media activity adds another layer to this saga. His abrupt announcement that the fight is f***ing cancelled caught everyone off guard, including Roach, who seemed blindsided by the news. Your reaction to Tank Fighting, Mr. Roach Lamont Roach, I mean, I think that the online reaction is a little bit unfair, like everybody hates the fight, but Lamont Roach is a good fighter, like it's not like, but the problem is no one knows who he is, and I think with Tan.